Oh hello, oi oi, how we doing ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another VT here by me, Stevie at TA Gaming. Right, what's the plans, Jan? So today we've done a couple of races, we've done Cookie Monster, we've done Cookie, we've done Dazzle 5, and now we're here, I've sent a message to the creator of these races just to see if there's any more, because I don't want to give you any misled or invalid information. So this is the Sneak series. It's the last one I haven't done yet for you guys, and I'm going to be deadly honest, this is my least favourite Sneak race. All the other ones, I love them. I've played them multiple times. Does this come above Tropic Killer in the line of Sneak races I don't like? Yes, unfortunately it does. You see, I'm gonna be deadly honest with you. I'm gonna be straight to the point, right? The Sneak series, I love them. My favourite one is Stealth, and I don't know why. Probably because it's the first actual one that I've played, and the plays on Stealth, I must have done it 1,000 times. You know, I got very close to the world record time on it. I love the way it works. Purple Storm, I didn't really. There's one checkpoint I didn't like, but it didn't take anything away from the race. It was an amazing race, and I enjoyed it. And then, you know, Razlem was a little bit harder, but I still enjoyed it. Unreleased was amazingly easy. It was such an easy race, such a fast-paced race. It was brilliant. Blackout, that taught me how to do skid scandies. Until that race came out, I did not know how to do a skid scandy. And then there's a section on there where you have to do one. So in order to complete that race, I had to do a skid scandy. So therefore, that race is always going to be in my heart because I did a skid scandy on there for the first time. Neon Punch, a couple of hard checkpoints on it, but it's a fun, fast-paced race. Now with this one, this is Cola Millions. This is Sneak's latest flavour, or at the time of the race release, this was Sneak's, you know, new flavour, Cola Millions. They've got a few. They've got a Bubblegum Millions, you know, they've got Strawberry Millions, and now they've got Cola Millions. Why don't I like it? Because it's built into the mountainside. That's it. It's built into the mountainside and it's hard to see. And one of my least favourite parts of the race is the very first one. And obviously in a few seconds we're going to go live into the race and you'll see. And I'll tell you what I like and I'll tell you what I don't like. All in all, is it a well-built race? Yes, it's a really good, well-built race. It's built by a good creator. It's built by Shad. It's got influences from, you know, Rapids RSA, because, you know, he helped Shad learn how to build it. And if you played Rapids races, you know, Rapids has helped a lot of us in the community get building. He's helped me with doubling. He's helped me with building. So yeah, it's a really, really well-built race. But the location of the race, when I first tried it, I was like, oh, that seems cool because it's built up a mountainside and it takes you from the bottom of the mountain to the top. But there's bits of mountain in the obstacles, and it really winds me up. But we're going to get into it. We're going to have a go. It's still a good race. It's still perfectly doable. First checkpoint's absolutely horrible, but we're going to get into the race. Don't forget, these opinions I have on these races, they're mine, they're nothing against the creators, I'm not trying to put you off playing them. This one's had 159 plays so far, it's got 73 thumbs up, 131 thumbs down, but I feel like in the community when we play them, they get a little bit more of a thumbs up because the Shad's races, you know, rather than just the randos that are finding them and playing them. But nevertheless, in about 3 seconds we'll be on the track side and you can be able to tell me your opinion at the end. So here we go, Sneak Cola Millions. Now this starts off like nothing I've ever seen before, and it's a pain in the arse, and I'm gonna mess it up. For the simple fact, you come forward here and then you come into this tube, right? And I'm gonna be honest, when you go into this tube, you need to come out of this tube onto a wall, and then you're gonna do a turnaround. So straight away, I'm off. Because I've done it wrong. But yeah, it gets me every time. You know what I could do, which I don't normally do, is obviously I could circle around there and then go like that, couldn't I? That would make more sense. Then we've got to turn around, and then we're going up one, and we're going out, we're going along. You see it mountain in the road, easy to avoid this one. Come down the wall, right, and there's a mesh flip up here, and it's quite tight and awkward, but I'm too fast. I'm over the top of it. And this happens to me constantly, all the time. So the only way I would suggest to do this one for anyone is I would probably come in, do a loop round of it, wait until you see the opening, then go down, then you can get your power on, spin round. Don't forget you're going up to the middle one, then you're going out, you're going to dodge the mountain in the road. You know, and it's quite a simple thing, isn't it, to come down here and then all you've got to do is a mesh flip. But because there's all sorts around, it gets in the way, and then you've got the mountain in your bit, so you've got to go around there and then come out onto a slippy wall and just power on through. Job's a good one. So it's not incredibly hard, it's just awkward. It's like when you're going back down here, normally you'd swing down 3, but you can't because there's that there, so then you've got to do it yourself and then slow down and then get the mesh flip and get your power on. Then we're going down and then we're coming back in. Now this is an up and an out, but don't go too far out because you'll do that. Then you've got a tube flip. Not like that, that doesn't work. We'll have to do that again. So come along here, and you've just got to be careful of that tree as well. That tree will knock you out. So as I say, there's certain things I don't like this for because it's got a map through it. It just makes it that little bit harder, doesn't it? So, you know, there's nothing against this race saying it's a bad one. I just don't like it being built through the side of the mountain and, you know, having to avoid bits of mountain. But again, that's a personal aspect to it, and you can't let that take you away from the race. So we've got that, and then you come in here, right, and this is foot down. It's a weird jump onto a wall to a checkpoint. Which when I first saw that, I was like, how's this work? But it's kind of cool. So now we go back in there, and you see the arrows on the top side because we're going up and back out. So it's kind of good. You know, it makes sense. So I would always try and do this on a slight angle because that'll put you up onto the road that you need, and then you've got a little bit of a skinny beam. Now there's a wall flip here, and whether you land this or you don't need to do anything else because you can still get the checkpoint. Watch, I'll show you. I got it wrong, so oh hello checkpoint. Right, then we go across this one here. You got mesh transfer. Now people will be thinking that's the first one I've actually cheated on. Well, that's pointless going back when you're that close, innit? So you're going up and out of that one. You've got to avoid this, go through some pins, avoid this little bit, and then we've got a little turnaround here, which kicks me off all the time. Now you can get back onto the wall there without having to do anything else. You can just drive up underneath that boost and get back on the wall if you have to. So yeah, avoid the mountain, come up 3, come out along, avoid the little bits of props, try not to go over, and then just try and get that right and get it right. Right, look at this. Oh, we've got a message from Mr. Shad himself. Yep, still loads more to do, eventually working on 3 races at the moment. So there is confirmation from Shad. He has messaged me back whilst we're recording this video saying there is loads more sneak races to come, and he is currently working on 3 races at once. So he has 3 more races in the pipeline. So this is not the last sneak race, so there is still more in. Well, you might have to change this from mini series because it doesn't sound mini anymore, does it? Can we get back on the wall here? Can we do it? Possibly, but we're not going to mess around with it today. So yeah, I think the thing with me not actually liking this race very much, you know, through my own personal reasons for it, because I don't like it very much. I don't play it very often. So I don't have a passion towards it. You know, you'll notice with some of the races I play, that, you know, I'm quite passionate about them, and and I enjoy them. And this one, it's just kind of like, oh, I've got to do this one because it's in the series. You know, it doesn't float me boat. So I have no real enjoyment as I'm going around it, and I'm not really bothered if I'm messing it up. But it's just one of those, isn't it? You know, it's like if we all like the same things, then there'd be no individuality, and people would just be like, you know, oh well, we all love it. But no, I'm not a massive fan of the race, just because I don't like it being up the side of a mountain, and most of the checkpoints are cheatable. But you know, it's like if you make the choice to cheat on a checkpoint, then that's on you. Yay, finally. But most of the checkpoints are cheatable on this one. When I say most of them, probably 3 out of 5 are cheatable. Like this one, I don't actually have to do this bit here. I could just hop off and go onto the floor and not have to drive up this mesh. I could just drive up the mountain and get that checkpoint from underneath, you know, that kind of thing. So it's again, it's a personal choice thing. So right, we're going to go down the top here, and there's a mesh transfer. Now this one confused me the first time I ever did these, because they're the same height, so you've just got to go a little bit earlier. Now this is here to automatically roll you, so don't worry about it. Then just turn down at this one, and this one will do the same. But it always grabs my car and sends me kicking off on this one. I don't know why, it just does. So yeah, this is level to level. So all I can say is go early and you'll land it. Use the run up, that'll flick you the right way. Use the run up, and then you've just got to tap right just to catch it when it lands, because for some reason that always lands slightly to the left. So then we've got a 45 down and out on the very bottom. Come along to a checkpoint. As I say, it's quite a simple race, it's just I don't particularly like it. I'm not fast enough. I'm not fast enough. So these tube jumps, you know where to leave by now on tubes. And sometimes I could take my own advice because I messed that up. I left too late. So you're trying to aim for the middle of the tube to do it. Oh, way up. We're going to the outside. Oh well. I'm way above where I need to be there, so let's bring that back down with the handbrake. I don't know if I'll be fast enough here, but we'll give it a whirl. Yeah, we are. Now this is a little weird section. This is probably the one I do like. So we come up this, we come into the tube, we've got to come to the other side of the tube, then try and turn back on yourself. Then come up this tube to leave out here, to go upside down to come into this tube. You see, I actually quite like that. It's well placed, well positioned. And we've got another one of those turnarounds. We're very close to the finish line now. So that's a nice up and round. We see that in many races. And that's the finish line. So even though I was not doing very well, we've still done that in what, 9:40. It's not a bad race. You can get that down to about 5.5 minutes. Personally, I'm not a massive fan. You might love it. Either way, that's its playthrough, that's its walkthrough. Thank you very much to the Sneak series so far, Shad. And hopefully there'll be a new one out soon for us all to have a go on. Peace!